Hello and welcome to Top of the World. I hope you all had a very good Christmas, and here's wishing you all, including my many new subscribers, a very happy new year. While I haven't uploaded in a while, not because I haven't been doing anything, quite the contrary, I've been doing a lot. Some of what I've been doing I haven't been able to film, and there's been quite a few emergencies. Well, there would be, it's the middle of winter, and we're experiencing somewhat lower temperatures for this time of year than certainly I am accustomed to. A few of the old men said we're experiencing winter something like what they used to have. Not so much snow, but extremely cold temperatures. So this time of the year, we're probably just about getting into double digits and, temperatures are going down. So it's been quite an extreme start to the winter, where there's only been a handful of days where temperatures have risen above minus 20 Celsius, much thicker permafrost. And that's been quite noticeable in the vibrations we've been getting from the trains. Anyway, so what am I doing in the machine shop? Well, I haven't. I was supposed to make this film on the 26th, the day after Christmas. For those of you who are regular, you will know I've had some issues or some doubts over the heating in here. Let me show you. So we put this tank here a few weeks ago because I was so concerned with our heat exchanger and it not working. Well, I've had to switch the electric element on there just to get the temperature in the shop below -2. So where are we now in the shop? Well, this is Celsius. There we go. So we're about 5 degrees yesterday in here, and the day before it was -3. Well, we've got all this water in here. We can't have temperatures -3 in here, so I've had to switch the electric element on so that I can get done what I can get done, and then I can see what's the matter with that. But I've had pipes burst, cellars flooding, boilers going down repeatedly, pellet burners not working. Yeah, it's been quite mad. So I've just finished running the last of the tongue and groove moulding. And I just got some short sections left for a small job I've got to finish off. And now we're into the birch that we cut up. I think I cut that November. I'll put a link to which tree that was for those of you who are interested in the comments. Somebody's been bored. Right, so I've got this out. So this is a slab of Arctic birch. It was 1 foot by 1 foot, 12 inches by 12 inches as a cube, which I then slabbed up. Looks like 1.5 inch thick. If this was a hardwood species, an Idigbo, a good white American oak, a Brazilian mahogany, anything like this, this would stay flat and straight, but it's not. It's Arctic birch, and therefore it's cupping this way and it's twisting this way. And that's not what I want. So the best way for me to do it is slice it in half, slice it down the middle, make each section 6 inches wide. That does several things. That will stop the cupping and the splitting. It'll allow me to cut it into shorter lengths as I need it, and then I can also run it through the Logosol and PAR it, plane it all round. What's it like outside? Not good. Thus, we're playing ball inside, aren't we, Hairy Bear? So let me get this lot out, trim it up, and then we'll cut it down on there. far worse than I thought it might be. For those that you were observant when it was going through the bandsaw there, it was splitting like this because this is the way that the grain dictates. The outside of the grain is tighter and stronger than the middle, and therefore it's going to pull it outwards. And it's got some cupping to it, and it's uneven, so these are not even in a position to go straight through this. That's my thoughts. That's where I am with it. It's twisted and it's warped and it's split, and I need to manage this. I need to now work this in such a way it's ready to go through the machine and be PAR'd and come out, and then I can assemble it in such a way I can manage the twists and the warps and the cupping of the grain one way and then the other, and so on and so forth. So this is a large Stenberg overhand planer. Probably not even considered safe in the workplace today. Anyway, safety's here and here. It ain't, a machine don't hurt people, stupidity, that's what hurts people. So we're going to take the bend out of these now shorter pieces. When you've got a curved piece of timber like this on a flat board, because of, as I've explained, the grain, you need to get a flat edge. So that the first thing to do is to get a flat edge, you take the curve out. To take the curve out to straighten it, you've got to take the two ends off. And this is how you do it. You run it across a machine like this, just taking a millimetre, 2 millimetres, 3 millimetres, depending on the cup within the board at either end, until it takes a nice flat edge. Then we can put that back through the saw, cut off the reverse hump as it would be, and then we've got two straight sides ready to go through the machine. This is a 3-stage start-up machine because the motors are so big it requires a lot of power, and we don't have a lot of power. I suppose, having thought about what I was doing, I should point out the obvious here. The cutter block rotates in this direction, so it cuts towards me, so you push against the cut, and you would have seen in the video that I then slide my board straight back across it and go again. If you're not a professional, don't do that. If you're a home user or a hobbyist, don't do that. Your machines are not designed to do that, and it will cause an accident. And what will happen is, at some point, if you don't know what you're doing, that cutter block will grab that piece of wood, because your smaller machines, your cutter blocks are much lighter and travel much slower, and it will rip it from your hands and send it that way like a torpedo. How do I know? I know. So always cut against. I don't want to do a how-to on how you use machines, because I don't. Like, I'm just saying, for those that don't know, do not drag your piece of wood back against your cutter. And for those of you got small or home use machines, we'll have all manner of guards and finger stop lasers and little push things, they don't apply. Not to me, not here. See these? Still got them all. Right, don't do that. Just do that. And then lift it off, walk back around and do it again. If you're a professional, then obviously you don't. I don't even want to go into all that. Really, that's not what I'm doing. So what we've got now is that took about 30 minutes. So I've just had a cup of coffee, and as you can see, we're in darkness already. It's just after lunch and we are in darkness. Right, so what that's done is that's given me all these, which are all the same width. And the length's not really important at the moment because I'm going to have to glue them, laminate them all together to create what I want to create or cut down. So now I'm going to change this machine. For those of you seen this before, these are the side head cutters and this is set up for tongue and groove. Well, we're done with tongue and groove, not because I want to be done with tongue and groove, but we have completely exhausted all our cut timber. So everything that we cut running into the winter, that's all gone. It's all been used. So we can break this down now and put straight cutters, profile cutters, straight cutters. So we put a straight cutter on the side, left and right heads. We'll remove the profiles from the top head, leaving just the one main cutting blade, and we'll remove the profiles there from the lower head, just leaving a straight cut, and then we'll be able to push them through here and everything will come out the other end uniform, which is quite a luxury really, because prior to me being loaned this machine, all I had was this thickness of here, and yeah, it's not anyway. So again, I'm very grateful for the loan of this machine, albeit I've done an incredible amount of work to get it back to a nice usable condition. So we're going to set this machine now and then we'll run all this timber. Mr. Spangle. All right. It's a good job I turned the camera off. It's a good job I turned the camera off because I do everything I can not to swear on my channel. Anyway, so this is what we're left with. Given the state of what we started with, not bad really, in as far as what I've got by usable birch. There's definitely some in there that's not so usable, but once again, what a nightmare I've had with this machine. What a nightmare. So that's 20 minutes planing there. Well, let me show you the clock. So if that's 20 minutes planing there, that means I spent around 2 hours, 20 minutes on downtime, unblocking the shavings and extractions from both not only the machine, but also the tubes. Is the machine at fault or is the extraction? Both. There's no way that there is enough CFM to pull the shavings from this on a big job. On a tiny job, right, tongue and groove, little trims, bits and pieces, yeah, once, twice an hour, maybe stop and unblock it. But I mean, it was constant. It was constant. The machine can't handle, it doesn't have the right type of extraction, doesn't have the right kind of hoses. It doesn't have the right kind of outlets to take off any more than a millimetre or two, or nice dry timber. Anything like a challenge, like wide boards, every time I do it. Now the idea is to sort through this and get the types of grain that I want that are matching and get them ready to start laminating them up. I can much better now see which way the bows are going to go and any splits that are going to appear. So we've got it to a workable size, but that's the end of my working day. That's taken all day with doing the furnace and all the other little jobs I've had to do. That's taken all day just to do that. So, and this is what winter here is like. It's quite extreme. And that's the woolly bear. You going to say hello to your fans? He's got quite a sad face. You know, if you're not sure what that dog looks like, go back to something like Winter Returns for the Day after he's had his annual shave. And underneath that's a tiny little delicate poodle who's, yeah. But anyway, he's fully into his coat now. And all this dust and shavings and stuff that he's all caked in, oh, that will all go upstairs. That will be on the sofa and on the floor and on the bed and just about everywhere else, because you can't put an airline on him. And if you get the vacuum cleaner and go near him, well, you get a lot of white teeth, albeit in the nicest possible way you'll get them. So, but we have to play a lot of ball inside. You've seen it before in other videos. Anyway, that's about going to wrap that up for this one. By the time I've edited it, it's not going to be very long. I thank you for those of you that have subscribed in recent weeks for doing so. Not the kind of video you subscribe to, I'm sure. For my sturdy base, have a happy new year, and I hope you've all had a good Christmas. I'm sure I've said that. Will I get another video out? Oh, the heating system. Right. I've got to knock into this heating system because this shop's going to plummet into the minus figures again. I'm pretty sure, I'll tell you what, rather than ask you to put it down in the comments, you can put it down in the comments. I think I'll just go ahead and make the video whilst I'm doing it. It's probably going to stretch over a few days because I've got to establish what kind of circuits I've got within this unknown entity here, which circuits I'm going to use. Obviously, I've got to put it on a stand and insulate it, and then somehow I've got to disconnect all this lot and pair it up into this existing system. So, yeah. It's a good job I don't mind plumbing, isn't it? But there's a lot of plumbing in a building this size with the minus 30 still going on. I don't know. We haven't had any major disasters this year. What's that all over my nice clean boards? Oh. Dust from up there where I was banging on the pipes to try and get them to clear. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to my whittering on about Toy Town. And have a really good day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.